What's going on, everybody? Welcome back or welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be breaking down and I'm going to be giving my prediction of Jan Blachowicz and Alex Pereira. It is fight week, UFC 291. This is the co-main event. Highly anticipated matchup. Alex Pereira is making his 205-pound debut in the UFC in mixed martial arts, although he has fought at 205 and 185 in Glory Kickboxing. So we're going to start with Jan Blachowicz's keys to victory, and then I'm going to do that for Alex Pereira, and then I'll give my prediction at the end. Go ahead, like, subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button. Every subscription counts. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps me out tremendously. Let's get rolling here. All right, so some keys to victory for Jan Blachowicz are as such. One, smart pressure. Now, what I mean by this is he cannot recklessly just come rushing in on Alex Pereira. He's going to get caught with that left hook, okay? But Jan's pretty good about this. He did this against Israel Adesanya. He kind of took the first round off. This is only a 3-round fight, so I think that he will have a little more urgency as we go, as the fight goes. So just applying smart pressure, not trying to rush anything, because as I mentioned in one of the videos I did before, when Jan starts backing up and he feels like he's about to touch the fence, he likes to blitz forward. He cannot do that against Alex Pereira. He's going to get caught with that left hook and put to sleep. Number two, checking kicks. Jan Blachowicz is the best leg kick checker in all of MMA. Any organization, anywhere you look, this guy does it better than anyone. This is what completely shut down Israel Adesanya against this man, was his ability to check the leg kicks of Israel Adesanya. Took away Adesanya's whole game plan almost by not letting him build off of those or hinder Jan Blachowicz's movement. Number three, do not rush in. That's what I kind of mentioned there. You know, apply smart pressure, slow, steady pressure, which he started to do against Izzy. Again, I'm using the Izzy fight because Izzy's a high-level kickboxer like Pereira, even though they fight very different. Don't rush in, because if he rushes in, Pereira's going to slide back and catch him. Okay, he's too accurate, and he hits way too damn hard, and he's going to have a speed advantage over Jan Blachowicz. Moving on to number four, mix in the takedowns. I know Jan Blachowicz is out there saying that he wants to wrestle with, or he wants to strike with Alex Pereira. I think that that's smoke and mirrors, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he is going to stand with him. Jan Blachowicz is capable. He's a very underrated striker. But if I'm Jan Blachowicz in his corner, obviously I'm going to try to look for some takedowns and mix those in. But you got to be careful of some tools that I'm going to go over that Alex Pereira may have in place in case Jan Blachowicz does try to shoot. The last bullet point, long combinations. So it kind of contradicts a little bit of what I said, you know, don't rush in. But what I mean by long combinations is when Jan is the most successful, like he did against Dominic Reyes, he likes to throw those good, long combinations. He'll throw a left hook, right hand behind it, and follow with a body kick where he left a footprint on Dominic Reyes. And those extended combinations are where Jan has a lot of his success, right? Or countering you with a big shot. But he's very successful when he does those things where he extends his combinations, which is going to be important for him to do against Pereira while being defensively sound, of course. But the longer he extends those combinations, that's where Alex Pereira is getting caught, man. The guy, Pereira, doesn't move his head very well. He kind of stands and he likes to trade. So obviously, you got to watch out for the left hook. There's no mystery here. Alex Pereira has the greatest left hook we've ever seen in combat sports. The guy's just, the way he's built is very different. And we're going to get to Poatan in just a second here. But Jan Blachowicz has a great shot to win this fight. He has the advantage in terms of the experience of fighting at 205 in MMA. He's definitely fought the better competition in MMA thus far. Age is not on Jan Blachowicz's side. However, his fighting style is very accommodating to an older fighter. He's always kind of fought this way. He's always fights very kind of slow and methodical. And, you know, so Jan Blachowicz isn't much of a threat, though, if he does mix in the takedowns, if he does take Pereira down. He's not a guy, he can submit you. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but he's not really a guy that has had a ton of finishes on the ground. I could see him getting a finish against Pereira on the ground, but I think that this fight is probably going to play out on the feet. I think that Blachowicz can absolutely stand with him. He did it against Adesanya, but I'm wondering if the ego of Jan Blachowicz may catch up to him in this one, because he's like, I stood with Adesanya. Adesanya was able to knock out Pereira. I could stand with this guy. I'm going to prove a point. as Jan Blachowicz is a little bit probably closer to the end of his career. Now we move on. Keys to victory for Alex Pereira. So number one, head movement. So I just kind of said before, Alex Pereira does not move his head at all. His head is a stationary target. He likes to use the long guard to kind of block shots, which is something that he used in kickboxing a lot, which he's sort of adjusted in MMA, but not completely. His head stays on the center line. When he does throw punches, throws good shots, he does dip his head off. Like when he throws a jab, he'll dip his head off. He throws the right hand, he dips his head off. When he throws a left hook, he pulls back. The problem is the only time we really see Pereira move head movement is when he's kind of twitching, getting you to throw. You throw the jab, boom, he slips off to the side and will counter with a power shot. So I'd like to see a little bit more head movement from Alex Pereira in this fight. And also keep in mind, these are my keys to victory. I'm not an expert. I have experience in this stuff, but obviously these guys are fighting at the highest level. I'm just making this video to help you better understand the fight. Okay, the left hook, no mystery. We know that Alex Pereira, like I just said, has probably the greatest left hook we've ever seen in combat sports. The way he's built, he whips the left hook. It's a secret weapon of his. Well, it's not a secret. Everyone knows about it, but for some reason, he is able to generate ungodly power on this thing that no one else can seem to generate quite like him. So that left hook, if Jan Blachowicz comes rushing in and he, extends those combinations, like I'm saying, but he does it recklessly, he's getting caught with that left hook. So, this is something that Alex Pereira is absolutely going to look to go to. And we'll see if he could do that. Pressure. Alex Pereira is actually a pressure fighter, which despite his frame being very similar to one of Israel Adesanya, he is a taller, longer guy, but he doesn't really utilize his range very well a lot of the time. He likes to get close and land those power shots because he has freakish power for the build that he has. So I think if he can apply smart pressure, he wants Jan Blachowicz going backwards. Alex Pereira does not want to be moving backwards in this fight because Jan Blachowicz can only really fight moving backwards. Alex Pereira can fight pretty well moving backwards, but he wants to keep Jan Blachowicz as uncomfortable as possible, which means Jan backing up. Moving on, stay off the back foot. Again, kind of what I think I just said that actually. Yeah, stay off the back foot. Don't allow Jan, stay off the back foot. Do not allow Jan to push you back towards the fence because then Jan can shoot for takedowns, use the fence to try and get the fight to the floor, or that means Jan's going to be able to extend those combinations, land those nasty body kicks, and land some of those power shots because that is hands down when Jan Blachowicz is the most successful. Leg kicks. Alex Pereira just might be the best leg kicker in all of MMA off of what we've seen him do to Israel Adesanya. He throws these kicks with zero telegraph. If you haven't seen my video of how to fight like Alex Pereira, I break down more of how this guy likes to strike, which is he does not rotate the hips or the shoulders when he throws those leg kicks. I'll be curious to see how he can land these leg kicks because Jan Blachowicz, like I said, best leg kick checker in MMA. And, it's just one of those things where I think, we'll see. So I'm looking forward to that. And an answer for the takedown. So Alex Pereira has to assume coming into this fight that, yes, be prepared for a battle on the feet, but also be prepared that Jan Blachowicz is probably going to try and take this fight to the floor if things do get a little bit hairy. I would like to think that in the grappling, Jan Blachowicz probably does have the advantage, but I'm curious to see Poatan at 205 where he's not absolutely draining himself to make the weight like he was at 185. He's been grappling with Glover Teixeira for an extended period of time. Pereira has been taken down in the UFC in two of his first fights where he fought Andreas Mihailidis, where he was taken down. He was able to get back to his feet. He fought Bruno Silva, got taken down, was able to get back to his feet. Obviously, those guys are not near the grappler that Jan Blachowicz is. However, my ultimate prediction, that's drum roll. This is what brings to the prediction here. I am going to go with Alex Pereira here. Okay, I've given respect to both fighters. Both of these guys are outstanding fighters. I really, obviously, I'm an Alex Pereira fan. I like Jan Blachowicz as well. I respect the guy a lot. I think he's a great fighter. I just think that if Poatan wins, there's a lot of fun matchups for him at 205, and it makes 205 exciting again. And I think just overall, I think Glover dominated Jan Blachowicz. I think Glover being in the corner and in the camp of Alex Pereira, he's going to be able to give him some pointers and some tips when it comes to the grappling to defend those things. And I think Pereira is going to come in here not as drained from the weight cut. He's going to be technical. I think he's going to be able to kind of I think he's going to be able to play with Blachowicz on the feet. I think that Blachowicz is underestimating Alex Pereira's striking because of the fact that he looked a little careless and got knocked out by Adesanya. And I think that maybe Blachowicz, if he is planning to stand and trade, I think that's very dangerous, even though he is powerful. I think that he's going to look very slow to Alex Pereira because Pereira's been fighting guys like Izzy and guys with great speed. He's been sparring with some high-level boxers with incredible speed. So, yes, Blachowicz does have the power, but he is kind of a slower guy. So we'll see. And Pereira going up in weight. Pereira's fought at 205 in kickboxing, man, against some heavy hitters. He's experienced in that realm. Obviously, MMA is different because it's only 4-ounce gloves. You're in a cage instead of a ring. There are takedowns. I got all that. But I think that this is a big moment for Alex Pereira. I think he rises to the occasion and gets this one done. But I will say it will not surprise me if Jan Blachowicz gets the job done. Like I said, I respect both of these guys tremendously. What do you all think? Like, subscribe, drop your predictions below. I'm excited for this fight, and I will see you all in the next.